This one's a no-brainer. Social Security is a foundational piece of most people's retirement, so it makes sense to take a little bit of time and just try to squeeze as much out of your Social Security benefit as possible. I'm John Gragg, your certified financial planner with APSadvisor.com, where we help our clients plan for a comfortable retirement. Before we begin, it's important to know how Social Security is funded, which is through a 12.4% payroll tax, 6.2 of which is paid by you. The other 6.2 is paid by your employer. If you're fortunate enough to be self-employed, you're also fortunate enough to pay the entire 12.4%. Now, there is a cap on your max earnings, and for 2023, that is $160,200. If just to give you a little bit of perspective, back in 1986, the cap was $42,000. Strategy number one is delaying your benefit, and you've probably heard this 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it 1,001. So you can start as early as 62, you get an 8% bump every single year you delay up until the age of 70, where it maxes out. Now, between those 2 years, there also is what's called the full retirement age, and that most likely is going to be 67. This is significant because if you have significant earned income, then most likely your benefit is going to be reduced. Once you hit the age of 67, you can earn as much as you want, and your benefit is not going to be reduced. I made another video that discusses a good timing strategy on when to claim Social Security, so I'll put that in the link below. Strategy number two is going to be maximize your earnings. The first thing you need to do is just go to SSA.gov, sign up, and get your Social Security statement. This is going to show you what your benefit is going to be, and it also shows you all of your years of earnings, which is kind of cool. It lays them all out. So go ahead and do that. I've already done it. There's really no excuse because it's really easy. Let's take a look at a statement right here. So on page 1 of the Social Security statement, it's going to show your payouts depending on the year you filed, right? How long you are delaying. And on the second page, we're going to be able to see the earnings history. So this is where your benefit is actually calculated. So although you only need 10 years of work to qualify, they base your benefit off your highest 35 years of earning. So if you only work 25 years, then they're actually going to replace those 10 years with a 0. So once you have your statement, you can actually go on the Social Security website, plug in your earnings, see what maybe working an additional year replacing one of those zeros would do to your overall earned income, which is going to overall affect your benefit. Spousal and survivor benefits are the third strategy, and they're not really as much of a strategy as they are just important to know because they kind of play into the overall decision making. So from a spousal standpoint, you're going to receive the higher of your benefit or 50% of the higher earning spouse's benefit. So let's just kind of boil that down, right? If the higher earning spouse has a $3,000 benefit and the lower earning spouse has a $1,100 benefit, then the lower earning spouse is actually going to receive a $1,500 benefit. Now, if you do 3,018, then the lower earning spouse is going to receive that $1,800 benefit because that benefit is higher, and they're automatically going to do this. Now, from a survivor standpoint, what's going to happen is you're going to receive 100%, it's the higher of your benefit or 100% of the person who passed away, their benefit at full retirement age, which most likely is 67. So you'll receive 100% of that or yours, whichever is greater. Strategy number 4 is called the split strategy, and this really is just coordinating with your spouse. So let's take a look at an example to see how this may play out. Sharon and Ken are deciding when to start collecting their Social Security retirement benefits. So Sharon was born in 1960, Ken was 1962, their FRA is at 67. At their full retirement age, Ken's is going to be $2,100 per month, and the primary insurance amount is the benefit. So, and Sharon's is going to be $975. So right away, we can see that Sharon's spousal is going to be higher than what her actual benefit is. So because they've saved for retirement in a 401k and IRA, they decided that only one of them needs to apply for Social Security at their full retirement age. So over the long run, they'd earn more by delaying Ken's benefit since he's the higher earner. So Sharon applies at 67 and receives $975 per month. Ken waits until age 70 to apply, and his benefits have grown to $2,715 per month, right? Because he's getting that 8% bump. So when Ken applies, Sharon switches to spousal benefits, and she's entitled to half of Ken's, Remember, this is at full retirement age, so it's the PIA, that $2,100 number, not the $2,715. So she's entitled to $1,050, and because they delayed Ken's benefit, now the surviving spouse is also in line to collect much more. Now, everyone's situation is different, but you can see what happens when you coordinate with your spouse and you kind of play with the numbers to see what makes most sense with you. That's really called the split strategy. So there's nothing specific. It's really just taking a look at both of your situations, deciding who is the higher earner, who's the lower earner, who's the older one, who is maybe has longevity in their family, maybe somebody's has an illness and expected to pass away. So these are all things that can play into the split strategy when you're making a decision. Social Security planning can be pretty overwhelming, so there's no perfect answer. You just want to make sure you have all the details and make an educated decision, but don't let it stress you out too much because that tends to happen with a lot of people. If you want help with retirement planning, feel free to reach out. We offer complimentary consultations over the phone, and we'd be happy to do so. If you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button so you can be alerted for new videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.